గౌరవనీయులు ఎంపీ కొండా శేషారెడ్డి గారికి, సమక్క సారక్క యూనివర్సిటీ వైస్ ఛాన్సలర్ వైఎస్ శ్రీనివాసరావు గారికి, ఫెస్ట్ డైరెక్టర్ రేవతి గారికి, మై బిలౌడ్ చైర్మన్ సురభి హరీంద్రరావు గారు, సురభి ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ట్రస్ట్ గారికి, అండ్ మా మేనమామ బీజేపీ సీనియర్ లీడర్ పేరాల శేఖర్రావు గారికి, అందరికీ నా గౌరవం తెలుపుతూ ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్కి విచ్చేసిన అతిథులందరికీ hearty welcome and thanks a lot for turning up to this event on a Sunday. This book journey started in a different way. Oka 2 years back anukunta oka roju out of blue nenu mind lo announce chesa I want to write a book. Deni meeda ma mummy adigindi ante finance meeda anagane immediate statement, Deepthi neeku oka iPhone undi, oka MacBook undi, oka iWatch undi, and home pod undi. Out of everyone in the world, you are not eligible to write a book on finance. This was the exact reaction from my mom. You know, even though it felt a little bit daunting, but mind was also, yeah, probably that is right. Then probably over 6 months I was again thinking I'll write something regarding fantasy or fiction and movie scripts. So I was 6 months time pass chestu unna adi rasta ani. And finally on a different project I changed my workplace where I had literally monotonous life. Work ledu, problem ledu solve cheyadaniki khali unna, and I had no other option just to talk to people every day. So akkada nenu day to day oka 6 months lo nenu observe chestunante, one of my colleague who is also a professor, she was saying I have to save money now, it's high time, I have 2 kids, I have to save money. So what you are doing? My daddy ki sambandhinchina chartered accountant unnaru, he told me to give me 25,000 per month, I'll get long-term funds. Okay, where is that 25,000 going? I don't know. Then I told, okay, you ask him about the details and everything, and finally we found out 25,000 is going into a basket. That basket is HDFC Nifty 50, Kotak Nifty 50, ICICI Nifty 50, some other company Nifty 50, a basket of all Nifty 50s. So basically, any companies through, any AMC through, okay, companies investment. When I explained her, like, she took 3-4 hours to understand that she feels Kotak is different, ICICI is different. She is not understanding what is Nifty 50. Then I thought like, okay, well educated, we are already at a professor level and we are not understanding, so probably students, inka kinda vallaku ardham kavadu ani. Then the next thing what hit me was one of my associate professor was there. She was saying, madam, actually mutual funds ante ela konukovali, where you will buy that? And I told her, your own PhonePe app, your own Paytm app has mutual funds. Really? PhonePe lo untada madam mutual funds? That was the question. Then I had a car driver whose son got sick and whose wife got sick in a 6 months period, and he went into a big debt. Then I told him, why don't you take a health insurance? Then he asked me, a driver like me, can I get a health insurance? I don't know, where will I get a health insurance? Right? So what I realized in my journey is there are so many friends, just because credit card is available, buy this, buy that, turn all the EMIs and finally pay the minimal amount, not realizing the credit card interest and finally default. So I realized because of the lot of 4G we have, everyone is habituated to YouTube Shorts. Everyone is habituated to YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels. Everyone knows this. But no one knows the basic requirements. Whatever we do, whether we are a doctor or attendant, finally we are doing it for bread and money, and we don't know how to manage that money. So that's the core problem. And probably in that 6 months journey, I realized, okay, this is no more a fun part to write on a finance. This is actually a point. People has to know the basics of the finance. And luckily doing my MBA, and I have gone through many workshops and books in my life for knowledge, and many times I personally felt all money books are intentionally made very tough. When I first time opened the Intelligent Investor, I did not understand anything in it. Frankly, that is the most recommended book in finance. So from there, I have gone through some 30-40 books in finance, and finally I realized this subject, for some unknown reason, is made too much tough. The routine person hearing the word large cap, mid cap or small cap, or hearing the SIP or hearing any word in the finance will run away from that topic. They want one chartered accountant or wealth manager to fix their assets. So my core intention in writing this book is not to give some short trick to become a billionaire or millionaire. My whole idea is make it simple, make it understandable, because being a professor, I'm teaching students every day, so I came back to basics. If something has to go into the society, when your SEBI or financial ministry, everyone is working towards increasing the financial literacy in the country. So my point was like, can I make it simple? The only thing I did not discover any new concepts into the book. What I made is what are very, very required in day-to-day life for any young professional or entrepreneur. Those are the same things which I try to write in a simple language with real life examples, so that it is no more a scary subject. It is something we can understand. That was the core motive in writing this book. So finally, I sat for 3-4 months. I completed the book. Then initially, I self-published in Kindle. And then initial response was good, around 70 copies around got thing. Then, my best friend is ChatGPT. Then I asked how to increase this reach. Then it told, yeah, you have to go for a proper publication company. Self-publishing has a limitation in algorithm. Then I have the biggest dilemma of life. Should I go for an official publication? So this time I'm smart. I did not ask my parents, because I know shopping bill, shoe bill, salon bill, something will pop up on my head from them. So this time I walked into my chairman cabin and asked him, sir, this is something I've written. Should I publish or not? And believe me, he's one person who, I think only person in this world who tolerates all my crazy ideas. So when he told sir that I want to do this, and sir told, like I was talking about market research, finance niche, personal finance niche, it will have this much read, that is, sir told only one thing. Deepthi, for lifetime, you will become a published author to the world, and that's enough ROI to do it. Go, take a leap and do your dream. And after that, I didn't take a second advice. And it was a 6 months process, finding out a publication company, going through multiple rounds of editing, then finally publishing, then realizing writing is easy, publishing is tough, and then marketing is very tough compared to everything. So my publication company, before accepting the book, asked me the question, what is that you are expecting from this book? I told, I want it to reach to maximum number of people. I'm not worried about the financial part of it. Price it appropriately so that it is available to everyone, and I want everyone to read through it. So my company liked my answer, and somehow I traveled through that journey, and this is my first book which officially got published. And after 3 months, yesterday I read my book again. After 3 months, I read my book, because every author will have a bias. Whatever I write, it's a great work. It's a masterpiece in the world. So I thought, even if I read my book, I will have that bias. So I was not reading for the last 3 months. Yesterday night I have read through this whole book, and I was thinking back my life journey and my book journey, like there's so many kinds of projects I'm taking, so many kinds of degrees I'm doing, so many things I'm doing. So what exactly I want in life? Then I went back to my childhood, where every August 15th, every January 26th, I used to give big speeches in the school. Then I realized, I always wanted to become a politician in my life from my childhood. And I thought, why did I have the dream? Then I thought, politicians are powerful. That is my thought as a kid. Politicians are powerful. With one snap of finger, they can change fate of millions of people. They can make whole country literate overnight. They can provide health facilities to everyone in a month. They can do miracles. That was my take when I was a kid. Right now, when I have gone through this, when I have reached up to this point, when I have done my international relations, diplomacy, understanding geopolitics, economy and business, now I realized, even if you become Prime Minister, if you are Prime Minister of Pakistan, you are still a beggar in the world. You have to be Prime Minister of something which is a growing economy, which is a resilient economy, and then only you have a power, and that power can stop wars, can promote humanity, can counter terrorism, can make a world a better planet to live. And I am one of that person who dreams to make India as the #1 economy in the world. I dare to dream that, and I think now, luckily, coincidental or whatever, I got that first step or baby step towards, because a healthy economy builds on the healthy individual finances, and probably this is my first step aligned to the greater purpose. So this book started as a fun project, turned out as a passion project, and finally made myself a purpose project. So whoever wants to write books, please write, because a book is a way to discover yourself. Thank you, one and all.
ధన్యవాదాలు.